Right, hello everyone and welcome to Warren's Team Talk. It's FA Cup third round day and here we are. We're just getting ready, waiting for the 3 p.m. kickoffs to start. But before we do that, I'd like to welcome you all. Anyone who's never come to Warren's Team Talk before, I'd like to give you a big, warm welcome, and I hope that you enjoy the show that I've got lined up for you today. Basically, I'm going to cover all the 3 p.m. kickoffs that are taking place today. I'm aiming to be able to keep you updated with all the thrills, the spills, the drama, the action as they unfold. And I'm sure it's going to be a very, very dramatic day. I really am. But anyway, I hope that you're all well. I hope you're having a great day wherever you are in the world, and you're staying safe and you're chatting to everyone and, just generally having a great time. So anyway, so let's get started. First thing I want to do is just quickly remind you that today the Warren's Team Talk selection, Rotherham United are playing away at Queen's Park Rangers in the FA Cup. Whoever wins that game will carry the Warren's Team Talk banner into the fourth round. And I've done a preview for this game already earlier this week. So if you haven't seen it already, go and check that out. It's really, really, really good one. I really enjoyed making that one, and I hope you enjoy watching it. But before we do that, I'm just going to quickly give you some more information about these sides, because their kickoff is 3 o'clock this afternoon, so they'll be included in the games that we're covering. So here we go. These are the games that are kicking off at 3 o'clock today. We've got Barnsley against Barrow, Boreham Wood against AFC Wimbledon, Kidderminster Harriers against Reading, Leicester City against Watford, Newcastle United against Cambridge United, Peterborough United against Bristol Rovers, Port Vale against Brentford, Queen's Park Rangers against Rotherham United, West Bromwich Albion against Brighton and Hove Albion, and Wigan Athletic against Blackburn Rovers. That's all the 3 p.m. kickoffs that are kicking off today in the third round of the FA Cup. And I'm sure there's going to be plenty of drama there to keep us excited. One particular one I'm looking out for is that Newcastle United-Cambridge United game. That's going to be pretty amazing. Also, Barnsley against Barrow. And what other ones we got? Leicester against Watford. That should be a good game, I reckon. Port Vale against Brentford. Yeah, I think they'll all be great games. But let's carry on. So I'm just going to quickly highlight the QPR and Rotherham clash because, like I say, it's the Warren's Team Talk selection. Back in the first round, I selected a team from the teams in the first round to follow in the FA Cup until they got knocked out, and then I would follow the team that knocked that team out, and so it would go on. We've now got to Rotherham. They played Stockport County. Stockport County had beaten Bolton Wanderers in the first round. Then Stockport County played Rotherham in the second round, and they lost that game by 1-0. And now Rotherham are playing Queen's Park Rangers at Loftus Road. I think it's got another name now. No, I don't think it's known as Loftus Road anymore for sponsorship reasons or something like that. Anyway, so Queen's Park Rangers this season, their leading goal scorers have been Lyndon Dykes. He scored 6 goals from 19 appearances. Ilias Chair, who scored 6 goals from 24 games. And Chris Willock, who scored 6 from 26. Charlie Austin has scored 5 from 21. Rob Dickey, who scored 4 from 28. And QPR have, in their last 5 games, they won 2-1 at Derby. They lost 2-0 at home to Stoke City. They lost 1-0 at home to Bournemouth. And then they won 2-1 away at Bristol City and 2-1 away at Birmingham City. So they seem to be doing, the last 5 games, they've done really well on the road, but their home form has let them down a little bit in the last 5 games. So I think this game is going to be a tight game. I don't think that QPR are going to have it all their own way, but what do I know? They probably end up absolutely destroying Rotherham. But obviously, I'm going to be supporting Rotherham for this one, given they're the Warren's Team Talk selection. And QPR, they're sitting 5th in the championship table. They're in the playoff spaces, so they'll be hoping to make big progress there and hoping that they can get promoted to the Premier League and get back into Tier 1 of English football. Rotherham, let's look at Rotherham. So this season, their leading goal scorer has been Michael Smith. He scored 18 goals from 25 appearances plus 4 as a substitute. That's a really impressive haul, really, when you think about it. Freddie Ladapo, I think that's how you say his name. He scored 12 from 20 appearances and 9 as a sub. Ben Wiles, who scored 7 from 22 and 5 as a sub. Kieran Sadlia, he scored 6 from 11 appearances plus 8 as a sub. And Will Grigg, he scored 6 from 13 plus 7 as a sub. And in their last 5 games, they've done really well. They beat Gillingham 5-1 at home. Well done, lads. That's what we like to see. The Gills getting a good old stuffing. Only joking, Gills fans. Only joking. And Rotherham, they then went on to beat Burton Albion 3-1. They won 1-0 away at Cambridge. And their only defeat so far in the last 5 games has been away at Accrington Stanley, where they lost 1-0. And then they beat Bolton Wanderers 2-1 on New Year's Day. So they've done really well in their recent form. And they're sitting top of League One. And however, it has to be said, though, that Wigan Athletic, sitting in 3rd, have 3 games in hand on them. If Wigan win those 3 games, they'll be 4 points clear. But Rotherham probably will be really happy that they're sitting top. And as the old saying goes, points in the bag are better than games in hand. So they'll be very happy to be sitting there. They'll be hoping to get promoted. And like I say, I think they're going to give a good account of themselves this afternoon. And I can't see them getting overrun by QPR. But we'll see what happens. Should be a great game. And like I say, I don't think QPR are going to have it all their own way. So the starting 11s for the 2 teams, we've got QPR, they've got Jordan Archer, Albert Adamar, Rob Dickey, Jimmy Dunn, Johan Barbert, Lee Wallace, Don Ball, Stefan Johansson, George Thomas, Charlie Austin, and Andre Gray. On the subs bench, they've got Joe Walsh, Aaron Drew, Moses Kobako, I think that is, Luke Amos, Stephen Dunn, McKenna, Andrew Giselle, Sam Field, Sinclair Armstrong, and Lyndon Dykes. So the leading goal scorer is sitting on the bench. It's a bit of a surprise. And Rotherham's starting lineup is Josh Vickers, Wes Harding, Dan Barlaser, Richard Wood, who's the captain, Kieran Sadler, Will Grigg, Shane Ferguson, Ollie Rathborne, Michael Ehekwu, Rahman Edmonds Green, and Michael Smith. And on the subs bench, they've got Johansson, McDonald, Bowler, Matlock, Odafin, Lindsay, Ogembe, Kyoda, and Ladapo. So, yeah, that's the starting lineups for both sides. And their formations, QPR have gone for a 3-4-1-2, and Rotherham are going for a 3-1-4-2. So that's very interesting. It'll be interesting to see how the game pans out. And yeah, so let's now, because the games are going to be kicking off in a few minutes. So I'm going to get the... let's have a look and see how the games that kicked off earlier today have gone. I know that Palace were 2-1 up at the New Den earlier. So let's see how that turned out. So the games that have kicked off already, Mansfield, and the scores in those games were Mansfield Town 2, Middlesbrough 3. And a latest score from Bristol, extra time being played there. They played 112 minutes by the looks of it. And it's Bristol City 0, Fulham 1. And then it's Burnley 1, Huddersfield Town 2. My word, there's an upset there. Burnley have been knocked out by Championship opposition. That Sean Dyche will not be happy with that at all. That's a bad result for Burnley. So yeah, and just a reminder, there's no replays this season for. I don't know if it's future rounds, but certainly not for the third round. It's a game. If the scores are level at the end of 90 minutes, it's going to extra time. And then at the end of extra time, the score's still level, then it's going to a penalty shootout, which personally I don't agree with, but there you go. I'm unfortunately not in control of the FA and whether or not there can be extra time, replays and whatnot. Then other results: Coventry 1, Derby County 0, Hartlepool 2, Blackpool 1, and Millwall 1, Crystal Palace 2. So congratulations to all the sides that have managed to navigate the third round so far, and commiserations to those teams that have lost out. And yeah, big congratulations to Huddersfield Town, the team where Arsenal's greatest ever manager came from, in my opinion. The late, great Herbert Chapman, he managed Huddersfield Town and took them to 3 consecutive league titles. They've won today, so they'll be very happy. It'll be interesting to see if they get Arsenal in the fourth round. That's, of course, if Arsenal get through, of course. But, yeah, so we got some chats. Taib's in the chat. Hi, Taib. Nice to see you, mate. He says, hi, Warren. Yeah, it's good to see you, pal. Thanks for coming in. Taib Hussain says, Warren, a couple of pigeons crapped on my head and it stank like glue. I had to wash my hair 10 times. Laugh out loud. Mate, your jokes, man. You're unbelievable. You really are. And do you know what? Last night I had a dream. I had a dream, but this is actually is a dream. I dreamt about doing this live stream earlier today. I think it's because I'm so excited. I absolutely love the FA Cup, and especially FA Cup third round day. For me, the FA Cup, I love it. I absolutely love it. Because when I was growing up, the FA Cup was really, really special. And I just wish for you younger guys that you could experience that excitement of drama, because there ain't nothing like it. There really ain't. It's really, really special. So, yeah. Mate, I hope you managed to get your hair clean, buddy. I really do. Yeah. So that's the scores as they are. Let's just see what's going on with that Bristol City Fulham game. It's still 1-0 to Fulham. And Kidderminster, Harriers and Reading has just kicked off. So's Newcastle and Cambridge, Peterborough and Bristol Rovers, Port Vale and Brentford. So some of the other games have already started to kick off. So let's get started. Because if there's a penalty shootout, I'm telling you now, mate, I'm going to try and follow that live. Yeah, so Taib says, Warren, who's your favourite female TV presenter? Laugh out loud. That's a very good question. I'm trying to think. I'm going to need some time to think about that one, buddy, because I don't really watch TV. That's the thing. I've got a TV here in my lounge, and I never ever put it on because I'm always watching YouTube and doing work for the channel and stuff like that. So I never really watch it, to be honest. But I can tell you, my favourite female celebrity, I used to really like Jennifer Lopez. Back in the day. And who else? Salma Hayek, I really liked her. So that's just a couple for you to be going on with, mate. But other than that, I'm not sure. What about you, fella? What about you? So let's follow this action. So Bristol City 0, Fulham 1. Bristol City are getting frustrated as Fulham try and slow things down into the final minutes of extra time, and Fulham are still 1-0 up. Dave says, there are too many, Warren, laugh out loud. Yeah, I bet there are, you little pervert. I could just imagine. Arsenal Alex says, afternoon, everyone. Arteta out. Yeah, mate. Afternoon, Arsenal Alex. How are you, mate? I hope you're well. I was doing some of my statistical reviews the other day. Because I'm gonna, in a few weeks' time, I'm gonna do part 2 of my season review, covering the second set of 12 fixtures. Arteta currently has got a 55% success rate. I'm sorry, that's still not good enough. It's shocking. And people keep going on about how he's doing a good job. I just cannot see it. I think that defeat against Man City was his fault because he played Granit Xhaka. Granit Xhaka, if he hadn't given away that penalty, Gabriel wouldn't have got sent off and Manchester City wouldn't have got back in the game. And Alex, how are you? Says Taib. I'm good, says Arsenal Alex. I'm glad to hear it, mate. And by the way, anyone who hasn't subscribed to Alex's channel, please go and do it. He's got an amazing channel. He does these really excellent match summaries, like these shorts, and then he also does excellent other videos as well. And twice now recently he's had Kenny Ken coming onto his channel. Anyone who's an Arsenal fan and watches YouTube will know who Kenny Ken is. And those chats were absolutely brilliant, especially the last one. I absolutely loved it. So, yeah, make sure you go and check out Arsenal Alex. I'm going to put the description. Sorry, I'll put the link in the description of this video for Arsenal Alex's channel. It's a great channel. If you're a football fan in general, you will love that channel. I'm telling you, he's great. He's got a really nice delivery style. I really like the way he delivers his stuff and talks and whatnot. It's great, really engaging. And he's a really genuine, honest fan, and he's really passionate about his club. So go and check him out. It's brilliant. Taib says, I bet Stuvenberg is pulling all the strings. Arteta knows nothing. Everything wrong at Arsenal since Arteta came in. His fault. Mate, I just don't get it. There's so many issues with that man. I just don't understand. And I can't understand why people think that he's doing a good job. I just don't get it. I really don't. He's man. I mean, let's just look at it, right? This is man management, which is shocking. It's inconsistent, and you can't do that when you're managing people. You've got to be consistent. It's a golden rule. Any line of business that you're in, if you're managing people, when you're managing them, you've got to be consistent, and he ain't. And it's shocking. His tactical astuteness ain't there. I don't think when Arsenal have been losing at half time, he's never been able to make changes to be able to turn the situation round so that Arsenal can go on ahead and win a game from being in a losing position. It's just, there's so much. I just can't. It just winds me up. Cheers, mate, says Arsenal. You're absolutely welcome, mate, anytime. And yeah, see that? Alex is live at 7 o'clock, people. Make sure you go and check it out. I'll be tuning in, Alex. Don't worry about that, mate. And subscribe to Warren now, says Alex. Thank you, Alex. I really appreciate that, buddy. And there's been a goal. So here we go, people. There's been a goal. It's come at Filbert Street. Oh, not Filbert Street. So what I'm saying, that was the old ground. It's come at the King. It's come for Leicester. And yeah, it's come from Leicester, and Leicester are 1-0 up at home to Watford, and Yuri Tillemans has got the goal. He scored after 7 minutes. So good start to the afternoon for Leicester there. So yeah, that's great. And what the hell is all this? Yeah, so it seems that the Bristol City Fulham game is now finished. It's Bristol City 0, Fulham 1. So that's it. Fulham have progressed to the fourth round, and unfortunately, the Robins have gone out. So commiserations to Bristol City, but congratulations to Fulham. So the FA Cup holders, as I said, are 1-0 up at home to Fulham. Yuri Tillemans getting the goal there. And the big news of the day so far is that Burnley lost 2-1 at home to Hartlepool. Sorry, what am I talking about? Huddersfield Town, the home of Arsenal, in my opinion, Arsenal's greatest ever manager, Herbert Chapman. He won 3 league titles at Huddersfield before moving to Arsenal and starting off a dynasty at Arsenal and made Arsenal what they are today. And started off a dynasty that saw Arsenal win 3 titles in a row. Although he didn't win 3 titles in a row, he won 2. And then sadly, he got pneumonia and died. And then George Allison took over and won the 3rd one. So, yeah, amazing stuff. I'm sure that Sean Dyche is absolutely raging. So let's catch up with the chats. The way he treats Pepe, Orba, Maitland-Niles is shocking. Yeah, and I posted something the other day on Instagram saying free the Islington 5 because there's Pepe, there's Alba, there's Maitland-Niles, and there's 2 others as well. Who were the other 2 I said? Because there's 5 of them that the treatment has been shocking. And there's another goal, and it's come at Boreham Wood. So Boreham would have gone 1-0 up at home to AFC Wimbledon. A chap called Marsh has scored in the 10th minute to put Boreham Wood 1-0 up. Great start there for Boreham Wood. So, yeah, that's fantastic. That's just the sort of drama that we want to see, really. Look at that guy's eyes. He looks wild. Look at his eyes. Jesus. I guess that's a Huddersfield Town player. Oh my word. So let's go back to the chat. Yeah. And yeah, who was it? It was Maitland-Niles, Alba, Pepe, there was a few of them. There were 5 of them. I was trying to think who the other ones were. But there's 5 of them that I picked out, and because he's ruined these players, in my opinion. It's shocking. It really is. Warren, would you date anyone that lives around your neighbourhood like that? Taib, why are you so interested in my romantic involvements? But yes, I would if it was the right person and I felt confident that it was going to work. Yeah, definitely would. But yeah, but you need to be careful with that sort of stuff because it can come and bite you on the bum. That's it. Guendouzi and Saliba, that were the other 2. I just think it's shocking. He bounced Guendouzi out of the club because he had someone but round Neil Maupay round the throat after that incident with Leno, and because he refused to apologise, and yet and he made Pepe apologise for getting sent off at Leeds. But then you look at what Granit Xhaka does. He seems to be able to do whatever he wants. He constantly getting sent off, making stupid mistakes that lead to the opposition scoring goals, and he gets away with it. He doesn't have to apologise. He tells the fans to F off, and nothing happens to him. I just don't get it. I do not understand how you can behave that way to people that you've got underneath your management. It's shocking. Any other line of business, and he would have been on a grievance by now. When I was working for the council, if I treated my staff like that, I would have had a grievance procedure against me, on numerous ones, in fact. And rightly so. It's shocking. Shaka gets away with murder, says Dave. He does, mate. I'm sorry. It's absolutely outrageous. And he ain't even that good a player or anything. I just find it disgusting, to be quite frank. So yeah. So Wigan 0, Blackburn 0. John Buckley has an effort for Blackburn, but his effort is tipped around the post by home goalkeeper Jamie Jones, with the resultant corner coming to nothing. But Buckley may have been better off knocking a square past to Chile international Ben Brereton Diaz, who would have had a tap in, and it's still goalless. Newcastle 0, Cambridge United 0. The Premier League side give it away, and strong running from James Brophy wins Cambridge a corner. It's delivered to the back post where George Williams gets up but heads straight at Martin Dubrovka. So there you go. What is that all about? On the BBC, this BBC website, as you can say, it's saying, Jeff taking a long time to say play the kids. What's that got to do with anything? Sorry, I just think that's madness. Okay, so let's just get an update on the scores. There's 15 minutes gone. There's Barnsley 0, Barrow 0, Boreham 1, AFC Wimbledon 0, Kidderminster 0, Reading 0, Leicester City 1, Watford 0, Newcastle United 0, Cambridge United 0, and Peterborough United 0, Bristol Rovers 0. So, yeah, that's the scores so far in the 3 o'clock kickoffs. So let's have a thing about this. Who do you think is going to win the FA Cup this year? If you're not in the live chat and you're watching this on playback, thank you very, very much for that. And put your prediction for the FA Cup winners this year in the comments section of the video. And let me know what you think. I'd love to know what you think. Personally, I think Liverpool are going to win it, to be quite frank. And that's another thing. First, before we go any further, please make sure you put a like on the video. Please make sure that if you haven't done so already, please subscribe to my channel. And also, please make sure you share it around with anyone who's connected to you. I'd absolutely love that. And yeah, because that would really help me. And if you haven't subscribed and you do, make sure as well you click on the little bell button. The reason for that is because what will happen then is that YouTube will let you know anytime I upload a new video. So that you never miss anything. Thank you. That's my shameless marketing over and done with for the moment. I just want to quickly big up Arsenal. Now, I know that a lot of people think I'm a bit negative about Arsenal and whatnot, but I want to like big them up. I really do, because this no more red thing, I'm absolutely delighted that they're doing that. I think it's fantastic. And this is the sort of thing that made me love this club from the get-go when I started following them in 1972. And it, for me, it just shows what a great club they are. And I'm really proud of them for doing it. I really am, because it's absolutely superb. And looks like it's been another goal, people. Let's just go and check that out. And it's come at Peterborough United. So let's go and check that out, see what's gone on there. So it's Peterborough United 1, Bristol Rovers 0. It came in the 20th minute and it scored. Oh my goodness, you're going to love this one, Taib. It's been scored by Smith Moddix in the 20th minute, and the goal was assisted by Edwards. Hold on a sec, people. I want to see how that goal was scored. Yeah, so, yeah, it doesn't really say anything about the goal. Just said who scored it. Yeah, so Peterborough United are 1-0 up at home to Bristol Rovers. So that's a great start for Peterborough United there. Yeah, so what I was saying was that I'm really happy that Arsenal are doing this No More Red thing. Basically, they're trying to raise awareness for knife crime and the devastating impact that knife crime can have on communities and individuals. And tomorrow, when we play Nottingham Forest, they're going to be playing in an all-white kit. Now, the thing is, they're not making this kit available for sale. Sorry, that's the only thing that disappoints me about that. I would have liked to have seen them putting it on sale, and all the money that they make then be donated to local community projects that work with disadvantaged youngsters and disadvantaged people in general who are in danger of falling foul of the law and stuff like that. I think that would have been fantastic. And the other thing I wanted to touch on was this business with Liverpool. I'm still absolutely fuming about it. One, because they managed to get the game called off. But even more so, the other thing that pisses me off about it is the fact that now, because of that, they have now got the first leg. They've now going to be able to play the first leg at home. I just think it's outrageous. You can't change the order of a two-leg semi-final because you managed to get the first one called off. The upcoming game that hasn't been called off, that should have been the game that got played at the Emirates, and the second one should have been the one that gets played at Anfield. I'm sorry, but it's not. It ain't right. It ain't. And to me, it just smacks of massive, really bad smell of corruption. It really does. To me, it's like brown paper bags flying all over the place, flying out of Anfield and going down to the FA. I know Liverpool fans ain't going to like that, but if the shoe was on the other foot, they'd be saying the same thing. I just think it's shocking. Absolutely shocking. So, yeah, that's my thoughts on it. I don't know what anyone else thinks. Please put your thoughts about it in the comments section. I did upload a short video about this a few days ago, I think it was. You can either if you want, go and have a look at it, because I was a lot more animated with that, and put your thoughts in there about it. And Ty says, Warren, have you ever been chased by a dog? Mate, don't talk to me about bloody dogs. Jesus. When I was a kid, I lived on this council estate, right? And this is a true story. I know you ain't going to believe. Oh, there's a goal. There's been another goal. And this goal, where's it happened? We'll come back to the story about the dog in a minute. And there's another goal gone in at the King Power Stadium. Another goal gone in. It's now Leicester City 2, Watford 0. And the first goal, I didn't realise, was a penalty by Tillemans in the 7th minute. And then Maddison has made it 2-0 in the 25th minute. So, yeah, there you go, you see. Watford now 2-0 up. Leicester 2-0 up and keeping a firm grip on their FA Cup. So, it's a good start for Leicester this afternoon. And there's another goal. Oh, my word. The goals are flying. And another goal. My word. Short succession. First one came at Port Vale. Brentford have taken the lead there through Marcus Force. And the second one has come for Watford. It's been scored by João Pedro for Watford. So it's now Leicester City 2, Watford 1. And it's Port Vale 0, Brentford 1. So a lot of drama unfolding there in quick succession. In fact, they've scored within 1 minute of each other. So there you go. It's all kicking off now. It's all kicking off. So, yeah. So back to my story about the dogs for Taib. When I was a youngster at primary school, I used to live on this council estate, and I used to walk home from school, and on the estate there was like loads of latchkey dogs, and they used to run around in a pack. And I remember I was stood at the bottom of the hill because the street I lived on, it was like and it's another goal. And it's gone to Barnsley. Barnsley have gone 1-0 up against Barrow. Let's see if we can find out who scored that goal. So it's Barnsley 1, Barrow 0. And it's been scored by Anderson in the 26th minute. The 23rd minute. And it was assisted by Styles. So Barnsley, my friends from Barnsley, they'll be happy with that. They're 1-0 up. Good start for Barnsley. I'm sure they'll be absolutely delighted with that one. And there's a penalty at Bristol Rovers. Bristol Rovers have now got a penalty at Peterborough. Let's see if they're able to convert that. So there could be another goal any minute. Here we go. What's happening? West Brom 0, Brighton 0. Danny Welbeck's chance for Brighton. Still the best of the half so far, but the visitors are forced into an early change here. Enoch Welpay is released by Alexis McAllister. So West Brom 0, Brighton 0, and looks like Brighton have made a change that they probably wouldn't have wanted to do. Yeah, don't forget, people, as well, as I was saying earlier, today there are the games. If they're level at the end of 90 minutes, there's going to be extra time, and then it's going to go to penalties. So don't worry, I will stay with you and we'll follow any games that go into extra time and penalties. Yeah, I'd love to be able to show you that, but I can't, because otherwise I'll get done for copyright, I think. So far it's Barnsley 1, Barrow 0, Boreham 1, AFC Wimbledon 0, Kidderminster Harriers 0, Reading 0, Leicester 2, Watford 1, Newcastle United 0, Cambridge 0, Peterborough United 1, Bristol Rovers 1. Port Vale 0, Brentford 1, QPR 0, Rotherham United 0, and that's the big Warren's team talk clash of the afternoon. West Bromwich Albion 0, Brighton and Hove Albion 0, and Wigan 0, Blackburn Rovers 0. So that's you're up to date with the scores, and I'm going to get back on with my story for young Taib. So this business with the dogs. So, like I said, I used to live at the bottom. I used to live sort of 3/4 of the way up this hill, because the street we lived in was in a hill, and it was a council. It was sort of like a council estate, but I lived outside of London, so it wasn't a really big estate or anything like that. It was just like maybe 3 or 4 streets in it. Anyway, what used to happen is there was all these latchkey dogs, like I said, and I would, when I turned the corner and was stood at the bottom of the road, I could see all these dogs lined up at the top of the hill, looking down the hill at me, and I was convinced that these bloody dogs were waiting for me to come. And I used to get terrified by them because I was only little. I was like about 8 or 9, something like that, I guess. And I used to look at them and think that they were going to try and eat me and things like that. And I remember one day, the next door neighbour's dog, right, he saw me out in the street and he chased after me and he jumped up and bit me on the arm and he sunk his teeth into my arm. And I remember I had to have the doctor out and my arm had to be treated, and the neighbours were really upset because this had happened to me, and they ended up having the dog put down. So yeah, it was quite traumatic, really, because I didn't want the dog put down. I just thought it was really sad because I love dogs, I really do. But yeah, no, it wasn't good, and they used to terrify me. They really did. So that's the answer to your question, Taib. I hope that satisfies your curiosity. So there we go. And with half an hour gone, things have been hotting up a bit, especially that Leicester-Watford game. It's 2-1 to Leicester there, the all Premier League clash. And Newcastle are still being held 0-0 at home to Cambridge United. And Taib's put 3 laughing emojis in the chat. I guess that's what you call them. They look like laughing emojis to me, but what do I know? So yeah, look, the excitement is building in these cup ties. I think is the best way to describe it. And there's been quite a few goals so far. It's Barnsley 1. In the games where there have been goals, it's Barnsley 1, Barrow 0. It's Boreham 1, AFC Wimbledon 0. It's Leicester City 2, Watford 1. It's Peterborough United 1, Bristol Rovers 1. It's Port Vale 0, Brentford 1. And all the rest of the games are 0-0 at present. So let's get back to the live reporting. And and Cambridge are claiming a penalty at St James's Park, and they're calling for the video assistant referee to be involved. Harvey Nibbs muscles in behind the Newcastle defence and goes down under pressure from Matt Ritchie inside the box. This one is being checked, but it's waved away. Was certainly worth a look though. And what's this? Palace wanted to win to support Butland. Crystal Palace boss Patrick Vieira said to ITV, I was happy with the first half that we played, but we didn't use the ball well enough. And in the second half, what we wanted to do as a team to win the game. We conceded a goal by a mistake that we made, and we wanted to win the game because we wanted to support Juck Butland. This is the way we want to play, and sometimes it can lead to mistakes. But I was really pleased with the character and determination we showed in the second half. In the first half, it was difficult for Michael Elise to find the space. We changed the shape a little bit in the second half, so he played wider and we created situations where he was 1v1. He's capable of coming inside or going outside, and the goal he scored showed his quality. And there you go. Jonathan Woodgate reporting for the BBC says, for me, it's a penalty. Former England defender on BBC Radio 5 Live says, I thought Matt Ritchie took him a little bit. There is a tug on the shoulder, and for me, it's a penalty. Joe Ironside is causing more problems for Newcastle again. Cambridge have been absolutely brilliant. And Newcastle go close at the other end, and of course it's Alan St Maximin. He cuts in off the left and then fizzes a right-footed strike at goal, which is tipped behind by Dimitar Mitov. The corner drops to Matt Ritchie. Mitov saves, and Fabian Schär taps. And Fabian Schär taps in, but he's well offside. There you go. It's still 0-0 West Brom and Brighton, between West Brom and Brighton. It's still very cagey, apparently, at the Hawthorns. Jack Livermore's shot is blocked inside the Brighton box, and it deflects out for a corner. West Brom can't capitalise on the set piece. Port Vale 0, Brentford 1. The home support continued to roar Vale on as Daryl Clark's side chased an equaliser before half time. They looked threatening on the counter, but so far Brentford have defended well. So let's see what's been going on in some of these games. So Barnsley and Barrow, the match stats say that it's been a fairly even contest in terms of possession, with Barrow having slightly the upper hand with 51% possession. There's been 3 shots for Barnsley and 1 for Barrow. 2 have been on target for Barnsley, but none for Barrow. And there's been 1 corner apiece. And Boreham Wood against AFC Wimbledon. AFC Wimbledon have had far more possession. They've had 60% possession to Boreham Wood's 40%. There's been 4 shots apiece, 1 on target for AFC Wimbledon and none for Boreham Wood. And it's 1-0 and 1-0 and in favour of Wimbledon for corners. So Kidderminster Harriers against Reading. Kidderminster have had 43% possession. Reading have had 57%. Kidderminster have had 5 shots. Reading have had 3. They've both had 1 shot on target. And Kidderminster are 2-0 up in terms of corners. And then Leicester against Watford. Leicester have had 55% possession against Watford's 45%. Leicester have had 7 shots and Watford have had 5. They've had 3 shots on target, have Leicester, and Watford have had 1. And there's two corners apiece between the 2 sides. Newcastle and Cambridge, that'd be an interesting one to have a look at. Newcastle have had 60% possession, Cambridge have had 40%. Newcastle have had 9 shots, Cambridge have had 3. Newcastle have had 5 shots on target, Cambridge have had 1. And it's 4 corners to 1 in favour of Newcastle. Peterborough against Bristol Rovers. Peterborough have had 57% possession against Bristol Rovers' 43%. Peterborough have had 8 shots and Bristol Rovers have had 3. Peterborough have had 3 shots on target. Bristol Rovers have had 1. And Peterborough have had 2 corners and Bristol Rovers have had none. And let's go back. Let's now and Taib says Olise is a good player. I'm not really sure who he is on Taib, to be honest, mate. Warren, you missed the P in the cup. You missed the P in cup up in the description. Love that. Oh dear. Oh my goodness. Don't worry. I'll change that later. Thanks for pointing that out to me because I didn't even know, buddy. So let's go and have a look at this QPR Rotherham game, the Warren's Team Talk selection. So it's 0-0 at present. QPR have had 52% possession. Rotherham have had 48%. QPR have had 7 shots. Rotherham have had 3. QPR have had 3 shots on target, and Rotherham have had none. And it's 5-4 in favour of QPR in terms of corners. And foul count is 5 fouls committed by QPR and 3 committed by Rotherham. And there you go. So let's go back. There's been another goal, and it's come at Barnsley, and there's been some other drama as well. Barrow have had a man set. That's it. You're off. So let's check that out. Beadlin has been sent off for Barrow, and it's now Barnsley 2, Barrow 0. Williams has got the second one for Barnsley in the 42nd minute. So you'd have to say probably that's it now for Barrow. I can't really see them coming back into this after going down to 10 and being 2-0 down. However, this is the FA Cup, and as we all know, anything could happen. So, like I say, Barnsley 2, Barrow 0, and this short. We're just approaching the half-time break now. Yeah, and the BBC are saying the same as what I just did, that they think it's game over. So it's half-time at Newcastle and Cambridge. It's Cambridge 0. Sorry, Newcastle United 0, Cambridge 0. And there's been another goal. Another goal. And it's come at Kidderminster. It's Kidderminster Harriers 0, Reading 1. And the Championship side take the lead just before half-time. It's simple stuff from the visitors as a ball over the top is knocked into George Puskas' path, and he makes no mistake from close range. I wonder if that geezer is related to the famous Puskas who played for the Hungarian national team during the 50s. Oh, my God. What a madness. So half-time whistle has gone at the King Power Stadium, and it's Leicester City 2, Watford 1, and it's still all to play for. Leicester blew Watford away initially, but this goal from João Pedro has got the visitors back into it. So let's see where we're standing with the games. And yeah, there's quite a few of them that have finished for the first half. It's Boreham 1, ASC Wimbledon 0. Kidderminster Harriers 0, Reading 1. Leicester City 2, Watford 1. Newcastle United 0, Cambridge United 0. Peterborough United 1, Bristol Rovers 1. And Port Vale 0, Brentford 1. QPR 0, Rotherham United 0. West Bromwich Albion 0, Brighton and Hove Albion 0. And finally, Wigan Athletic 0, Blackburn Rovers 0. And just quickly keep you updated, it's Birmingham City against Plymouth Argyle, Chelsea against Chesterfield, Hull City against Everton, and Swansea against Southampton later today. All those games kick off at 5:30, and then at 5:45, Yeovil Town take home, entertain AFC Bournemouth at home. So that's a 5:45 kickoff. There's some good games there. That Birmingham Plymouth Argyle game will be interesting, I'm sure. Chelsea against Chesterfield. Believe Chesterfield now are a non-league side. Jeez, I can remember watching Maidstone United play Chesterfield in the old 4th Division. Hull City are playing Everton. I think Everton need to be really careful with that one. I could see them coming a cropper in that game if they're not careful. Sorry, James, if you're watching, mate, but I could. And then Swansea against Southampton. I think Southampton might just scrape through that one. And then Yeovil against Bournemouth. You'd have to back Bournemouth to get through that one down in the West Country, but you never know. And the halftime whistle has gone at Barnsley, and it's Barnsley 2, Barrow 0 at the halftime break. So, what's everyone's thoughts so far about this action this afternoon? I have to say, I'm absolutely thrilled with it. I love the FA Cup third round. This is what it's all about. Boreham Wood being 1-0 up against AFC Wimbledon. Then you've got Newcastle being held at home by Cambridge United. QPR being held at home by Rotherham. West Brom holding Brighton 0-0. So Wigan drawing 0-0 at home with Blackburn Rovers. It's all set up for a fantastic second half when it kicks off again in about 5 minutes' time. So any thoughts? Please put them in the comments section of the video if you're watching it on playback. If not, please put it in the... if you're watching live, please put a chat in the comments section. Let's see. Yeah. Hold on a sec. Let me just see. Yeah, Taib was right. Let me just edit that. Sort that out. There you go. I just said save the changes and you didn't. What's going on here? Oh, okay. So it won't let me do it while the broadcast is happening. A lot of fucking nonsense. Let's see if I can do it another way. 2 seconds, people. I'm just going to try and change something. No, it's not going to let me. What the hell happened there? That is an absolute bloody madness. What the hell is it doing? Right, okay. Don't know why it keeps doing that, but that is crazy. Still, never mind. That's life, I suppose. That's life. That's life. Right, I'm just closing some of these windows because we don't need all these damn windows open, that's sure. Right, so why does it keep opening windows? Stop it! For fuck's sake. Right, now let me just see. No, it still hasn't done it. I'm going to have to wait until the end. So, let's get on with the show. So, obviously, we're during the halftime break. Players are having their cups of teas and oranges. I'm sure a few managers are throwing cups of tea up against the wall, shouting and screaming and all the rest of it. And players are munching on their oranges and what have you. So it's been a very interesting afternoon so far. I'm looking forward to Match the Day tonight to watch some of the footage of some of these games. And yeah, I'm looking forward as well if we manage to get finished early enough to watch that Chelsea-Chesterfield game. That'll be interesting, and particularly the Hull against Everton one. And also watching the highlights of that Burnley-Huddersfield Town game. That should be interesting. What? There's no one watching. Oh, man. Oh, man, oh, man, oh, man. Oh, dear. How embarrassing. Oh, well, we'll just continue on. And I'll just sit here chatting to myself then. Never mind. Yeah, the game should have just started playing again. So, and look, there's a picture. I think that's Tielemans, isn't it? And that's James Maddison. And then Watford pulling one back. Yeah, so for those of you are curious, this is the BBC website, and they've got footage of all of a lot of the goals that have gone in this afternoon. So all you need to do is go to bbc.co.uk/sport, and then if you then click on football, and then if you click on football, right, and then you go to scores and fixtures, and if it will take you to today's fixtures, and once you've done that, if you just click on one of the matches, right, and then there you'll see, if you just follow what I'm doing, if you click on the follow text and radio commentary, it says follow text and radio commentary of Barnsley v Barrow, plus the rest of Saturday's FA Cup games, including match highlights. If you do that, you'll scroll down and you'll see these clips, video clips that they're putting in. Unfortunately, I'd love to be able to show them to people, but I can't, because otherwise I'll get done for copyright. I'm just going to stop my cam because I've got something really irritating going on with my nose, which is really bugging me. So, yeah, but anyway, this FA Cup third round, I am in the future intending. I'm back. People, I am back. So, yeah, like I say, in the future, I'm going to do a series about great giant killings in cup matches and so on. Things like that from the past, and should be great. And I really want to find out how I can get away with showing video footage, because I'd love in that series to be able to show you the clips of the matches. Otherwise, I'm going to just have to do what I've done in the past and put links to videos, put the links to the video showing these clips in the description of the video, and it's not the same really. So yeah, we'll see. Yeah, and that title there, it says live FA Cup third round, goal clips, final score, text and radio, 21 ties, how many shocks? Exactly. For me, that sums it all up in a nutshell, really. So let's get rid of that, because I don't need this, do I? Let's get rid of that. And let's go back to this. So the second half is getting back underway. It's 4:05. And as the goals go in, I'll keep you updated with what's going on. Let's see what's happening. So, as we said before the break, it's Barnsley 2, Barrow 0, Boreham 1, ASC Wimbledon 0, Kidderminster Harriers 0, Reading 1, Leicester City 2, Watford 1, Newcastle United 0, Cambridge United 0, Peterborough 1, Bristol Rovers 1, and Port Vale 0, Brentford 1, Queen's Park Rangers 0, Rotherham 0, West Bromwich Albion 0, Brighton and Hove Albion 0, and Wigan Athletic 0, Blackburn Rovers 0. Now, Elton, mate, if you're watching, hopefully your boys will start. Oh, no, just as I say that, let's see, it's as if I put a curse on them. Have I put a castle on now? Let's see. No. Let's hope that, Elton, that your boys are able to get themselves back into the game and rescue this game for AFC Wimbledon. And yeah, let's hope that happens. And just an interesting fact about QPR for those of you who haven't watched the preview that I did for that QPR Rotherham game. Rotherham United, of course, are the Warren's Team Talk selection. QPR hold the unfortunate record for the most amount of FA Cup third round defeats. They've suffered 49 defeats in the FA Cup third round down the years, people. So, and apparently that is a record. So, not a very nice one. And there's been a goal. There's been a goal already in the. And it's come at the Hawthorns. And it's West Bromwich Albion 0, Brighton and Hove Albion. Sorry, West Bromwich Albion 1, Brighton and Hove Albion 0. And it's come from a guy by the name of Robinson in the 47th minute. And it was assisted by Grant. So let's see if we can see what happened. No, there's no real description. I'm a bit disappointed with this, to be quite fair. I was hoping that they'd tell us a bit more about the goals. It hasn't really happened this afternoon, has it? And there's a bit of drama at Leicester as well, by the sound of it. They said it's almost an early goal for Leicester as James Maddison twinkle toes his ways into the box, but he takes too long to get a shot off. Watford immediately countered, but it's eventually fired over the bar. Danny Ward wasn't troubled. So there you go. The drama's continuing after the break. There was an early chance in the beginning of the second half for Newcastle. Early chance for Newcastle was Kieran Trippier's corner. Drops to Joel Linton, but he can only strike straight. He can only strike straight at Dimitar Mitov. So Kieran Trippier making his debut today for Newcastle. So there you go. And he almost had an assist there with that corner. Port Vale 0, Brentford 1. Brentford are keeping... And there's been a goal. There's been a goal, and it's Wigan Athletic 0, Blackburn Rovers 1. And it's come from Reda Kadra in the 49th minute. So Blackburn are off to a flyer in the second half there. Kadra getting himself on the score sheet in the 49th minute. The goal was assisted by Johnson. And Blackburn Rovers have put themselves firmly in the driving seat in that tie. And they will be absolutely delighted with that. So, as I said, it's Wigan Athletic 0, Blackburn Rovers 1. West Brom are 1-0 up against Brighton. It's Queen's Park Rangers 0, Rotherham United 0, Port Vale 0, Brentford 1, Peterborough United 1, Bristol Rovers 1, Newcastle United 0, Cambridge United 0, Leicester 2, Watford 1, Kidderminster Harriers 0, Reading 1, Boreham 1, AFC Wimbledon 0, and Barnsley 2, Barrow 0. And it should be pointed out that Barrow have had a man sent off in that game as well. So it looks like it's turning out to be quite a comfortable afternoon for Barnsley, all in all. And Kieran Trippier has been at it again. Lovely from Kieran Trippier, says the BBC reporter. The new signing drops it dead with a silky first touch, then nonchalantly clips a pass into Ryan Fraser's path, but it just gets away from the winger, and Dimitar Mitov gathers. I'm not sure if that's how you say his name, but there you go. QPR 0, Rotherham's 0. No side has been eliminated in the FA Cup third round more times than QPR. 50. Well, they're saying it's 50. I thought it was 49, but there you go. I'm not going to quibble over one knockout, but there you go. The hosts were the better side in the first half, and they've started the second half well. But Andre Gray's header is saved by Josh Vickers. West Brom 1, Brighton 0. No real response from Brighton after that early second half goal from Callum Robinson. They've caused a few problems in the first half, so they can get them. So can they get themselves back in it? Is the question the BBC are asking. Yeah, who knows? But Brighton have had a bit of problems scoring goals so far this season. To be honest, though. The amount of chances they create and the amount they score, it's a bit of an issue. Particularly that game when they played Arsenal earlier in the season. They absolutely battered Arsenal for most of that game and they just couldn't finish. If they'd had a top draw striker, I think they would have buried Arsenal, to be honest. So Newcastle 0, Cambridge 0. Ryan Fraser is fouled just outside the box, and Kieran Trippier might fancy this. And there's a goal. It's 1-0 to Cambridge. Oh my goodness. Cambridge have gone 1-0 up at Newcastle United. Well, BBC is saying there's been a goal, but then it's not being updated, so I don't know. And there was a disallowed goal at Leicester. Harvey Barnes races through on goal and slots it into the net. He thinks he's made it 3-1, but the flag is up for offside. There will be a VAR check. I think he might have been onside, It's inches either way. So let's see. And it's 3-1. The goal that Harvey Barnes thought he'd scored and was checked by VAR has been given. So Leicester now lead by 3-1 against Watford. The goal by Harvey Barnes has been given. Harvey Barnes was onside as Ademola Lookman plays it across and he slides in a third for Leicester. The 2-goal advantage is restored. So the FA Cup holders have got themselves firmly in the driving seat there at the King Power Stadium. It's Leicester City 3, Watford 1. And some substitutions now. West Brom 1, Brighton 0. Brighton have made some changes. Mark Cucurella and Leandro Trossard are on for Odile Offiaya and Danny Welbeck. So Brighton obviously trying to see if they can throw a bit of initiative into their attack. Boreham 1, AFC Wimbledon 0. Tyrone Marsh is not far off adding to Borehamwood's lead, but his low shot is pushed wide of the post. Really good performance by the home side. So it looks like AFC Wimbledon are really struggling away at Boreham Wood there from that. Another substitution between Port Vale and Brentford. A first change for Port Vale as teenager Kian Harriet replaces James Wilson. Can Harriet be his side's hero? Brentford are controlling things for the time being, though. And Jonathan Woodgate asked the question, is there an upset on the cards? Joe Ironside has been an absolute handful all game. He's swiveled in the box and buried it in the bottom corner. Cambridge have done so well to be narrow and defensive and hit Newcastle on the break. There is an upset on the cards. There certainly will be an upset if Newcastle lose that one. But it had all the ingredients, didn't it? Let's be honest, it really did. Newcastle struggling down near the bottom of the table in the Premier League. So, yeah, there you go. It's Leicester 3, Watford 1. The lights have gone out at the King Power. Watford are making 3 changes, but nobody can see them. The referee has to stop play briefly. The home fans start chanting, where Leicester City will play in the dark. Fans have got their phone lights out too. Oh my God, someone forgot to pay the electricity bill at the King Power. Kidderminster 0, Reading 1. Kidderminster captain Sam Austin gets away down the right and has a goal from a tight angle. Bends his shot wide of the far post. Peterborough 1, Bristol Rovers 1. Peterborough have a couple of chances as they look to retake the lead. Firstly, Sinki Dembele shoots over the top and then goal scorer Sami Sismodics is denied as James Belshaw is quick off his line to gather the ball. Port Vale 0, Brentford 1. Another long throw into the Port Vale box proves awkward for the hosts, but eventually they get the ball clear before seeing their latest attempt at punishing Brentford on the counter is thwarted. Another couple of changes follow for Vale as Mal Brennan and Dennis Politic replace James Gibbons and David Amu. The Leicester engineers are scrambling around because the lights are still off at the King Power. Players have come across to get some water and fans are just sat there waving phones. Feels like we're missing a DJ and some fireworks. Oh my God, it sounds like a rock concert with a slow ballad being played, doesn't it? And McManus Sense, afternoon all. I hope you're all good. Hi, McManus Sense. Nice to see you. Thanks for popping in, mate. Hope you've had a good day. Yeah, there's plenty of drama going on here, mate. Let's see if we can get some of the scores up and update you with the scores so far in this afternoon's FA Cup third round. So earlier today, it finished Mansfield 2, Middlesbrough 3, Bristol City 0, Fulham 1, Burnley 1, Huddersfield Town 2, massive upset there at Turf Moor, Coventry 1, Derby County 0, Hartlepool 2, Blackpool 1, Millwall 1, Crystal Palace 2, Barnsley 2, Barrow 0, Boreham 1, AFC Wimbledon 0, Kidderminster Harriers 0, Reading 1, Leicester 3, Watford 1, Newcastle United 0, Cambridge United 1, Peterborough 1, Bristol Rovers 1, Port Vale 0, Brentford 1, QPR 0, Rotherham 0, West Bromwich Albion 1, Brighton and Hove Albion 0, and Wigan Athletic 0, Blackburn 1. So we got 1, 2. There's 2 games where we're in danger of having to have extra time and then potentially penalty shootouts this afternoon. So, there's the third one. There's Wigan against Blackburn, Queen's Park Rangers against Rotherham United, and yeah, that's it. So there's 2 games where there's potential for extra time and penalties. So that'd be interesting to see what happens there. So let's get back with the live text commentary and see what happens. So a glorious chance there by the sounds of it for Boreham Wood to go further in front against AFC Wimbledon. As Tyrone Marsh plays John Rees through, but he takes 1 touch too many inside the box, and in the end his shot is blocked and it trickles behind. And there's a problem at the King Power Stadium. The lights are still not working. Tom Cleverley is having a chat with Brendan Rodgers. The coaches have got the balls out so that players can have a kick about in the meantime. Oh, my God. What a nightmare. Somebody's definitely got some massive questions to answer there at the King Power. There's been a substitution at Brentford. Good defending from Christopher Ayer. The Brentford defender beats Ben Garrity to a cross following a nice Port Vale move down the right. It looks like Ayer may have picked up a problem in doing so, as he's replaced by Mads Roaslev. Brian Mbeumo is also on for Johan Wissa. So there you go. I love FA Cup Day. I just think it's the best. Absolutely love it. I just get so excited. I'm just excited sitting here doing this because I remember going to games and feeling as soon as you get up in the morning, you feel the tension and the excitement, and there's a goal. There is a goal. There's a goal. And let's see who's got that goal. And it's gone to Peterborough. It's Peterborough 2, Bristol Rovers 1, and Ballymumba has scored for Peterborough to put them 2-1 up in the game at home to Bristol Rovers. So it's not been a good day for Bristol, has it? Dear me. I think City got knocked out earlier. I'll just confirm that. And now Rovers are 1 behind as well. Yeah, Bristol City got knocked out at home by 1-0 against Fulham. And now Peterborough United are 2-1 up in their game at home to Bristol Rovers. So poor Bristol, they're not having a good day. And I think there's been another goal. I think it's come at Barnsley, and Barrow pulled one back it's been pulled back by Banks in the 61st minute. So it's now Barnsley 2, Barrow 1. An excellent fight back, to be fair, for Barrow, because they're down to 10 men, and there's been another goal. And Brentford are now 2-0 up. Brian Mbeumo has put Brentford 2-0 up at Port Vale. And it looks like there's another goal. Yeah, there's another goal. Let's see where it's come. And it's come, they're going on about the goal for Barrow at Barnsley. So, yeah, they've done really well considering they're down to 10 men and with 2-0 down. So it looked like it was spiraling out of control for them. But, yeah, there you go. McManus says, some good scores. They'd love to be at the King Power to see the lights out. Mate, it's madness, isn't it? It's FA Cup third round day. The one day where you don't want something like this to happen, and it goes and happen. Oh, my days. Got the whole bloody world looking at you, and that something like that happens. The poor person who's responsible for those lights at the King Power Stadium. Jesus Christ. I wouldn't want to be in their shoes tomorrow morning, because I'm sure there's going to be really serious questions after the person who's responsible for the lights. Yeah, I'd like to see that as well, McManus sense. And Leicester 3, Watford 1. Ken Sema almost bundles his way through a load of bodies in the box, but is hastily cleared by Leicester just as he's about to shoot. West Brom 1, Brighton 0. Another great change for West Brom. Zach Ashworth is on for Taylor Gardner Hickman. So, yeah, there you go. So let's get ourselves up to date with 3 p.m. kickoffs and see what's going on in those games. So after 65 minutes, it's Barnsley 2, Barrow 1. It's Boreham 1, AFC Wimbledon 0. It's Kidderminster Harriers 1, Reading 1. It's Leicester City 3, Watford 1. Newcastle United 0, Cambridge 1. Peterborough United 2, Bristol Rovers 1. Port Vale 0, Brentford 2. Queen's Park Rangers 0, Rotherham United 0. West Bromwich Albion 1, Brighton and Hove Albion 0. And Wigan Athletic 1, Blackburn Rovers 1. So there you go. What an afternoon's entertainment it's been so far. And it's wild. It really is. I'm loving it. And there's been a goal. There's been a goal. There's been a goal. It's come at Port Vale. And It's now Port Vale 1, Brentford 2, and Kian Harrah has scored for Port Vale. So the youngster's done the business for Port Vale. So fair play to them. 20 minutes to go now in that game. And that goal will set up a grandstand finish. And the drama may not ended yet. The Posh are looking to kill this game off. Peterborough 2, Bristol Rovers 1. Sammy Smodix has one goal already and nearly gets a second, and Peterborough's third, but he's denied by fine saves from James Belshaw. Leicester 3, Watford 1, off the bar. Watford's pressure starting to mount. João Pedro cuts the ball back, but smacks it straight off the underside of the crossbar. There may have been an offside in the build-up, though. West Brom 1, Brighton 0. Another huge chance for Brighton. Shane Duffy ends up firing it over from a few yards out. And they need to put one of these chances away, especially now West Brom are down to 10 men. So West Brom have had a man sent off. Oh, my God. And it's Newcastle 0, Cambridge 1 still. Brilliant. Adam May shapes up to shoot on the edge of the box, but the Cambridge man slips. Newcastle threaten to break, so May throws his head and body towards the ball on the ground to make the tackle. There you go. What a drama there at St James's Park. And Newcastle in serious danger of being knocked out in the third round at home to Cambridge. Yes, so Kipre has fallen foul of the ref. That's it. You're off. Yeah, so Kipre has seen red and he's been given his marching orders. So he's gone for an early bath and it's West Brom 1, Brighton 0. And they're going to have to play the final 20 minutes of this game with 10 men. And Brighton will be hoping that they can find an equaliser in this game and take the game to extra time and penalties. But I'm not confident. I'm really not. Brighton do have a trouble, as we've seen, with finishing their dinner. And there's another goal. There's another goal. And it's now Wigan 2, Blackburn 1. Ainsley Pearce scores an own goal. And Wigan are now 2-1 up. Jason McAteer is on for Ayoze Perez as Leicester freshen things up. Watford make a double change too. That's all their substitution used now. Newcastle 0, Cambridge 1. Kieran Trippier curls the ball to the back post, but Cambridge are getting ahead to everything that comes into the penalty area. 15 minutes to go at St James's Park. Rotherham are yet to manage a shot on target in this one, but QPR haven't made any of their 11 attempts count yet. Around 15 minutes to go at Loftus Road, though. So it's QPR 0, Rotherham 0, and Rotherham still haven't had a shot on target. Boreham 1, AFC Wimbledon 0. It's entering the nail-biting territory for Boreham Wood fans. I wish it wouldn't do that. It's entering nail-biting territory for Boreham Wood fans as their side lead with just under 20 minutes to go. AFC Wimbledon are seeing plenty of the ball, but the hosts are keeping them at bay. And there's been a goal. There's been another goal. And it's now Port Vale 1, Brentford 3. But that could be job done for Brentford. A superb individual goal there from Brian Mbeumo gives Brentford a 3-1 lead at Port Vale. And Newcastle 0, Cambridge 1. High fives all rounders. Jubriel Ogdina holds off Miguel Almiron to earn a goal kick for Cambridge. So it's getting really tense now for the Geordies. They're 1-0 down at home to Cambridge United. And Taib's back and says, "Hi, McManus, hi, mate." So, 70 minutes plus gone now. Nearly some of the games, it's more like 75, 78 minutes. It's Barnsley 2, Barrow 1. Boreham 1, AFC Wimbledon 0. Kidderminster 1, Reading 1. Leicester City 3, Watford 1. Newcastle United 0, Cambridge 1. There's only 10 minutes left in that game. And it's Peterborough United 2, Bristol Rovers 1. And Port Vale 1, Brentford 3. And it's still in the big Warren's Team Talk clash. It's still Queen's Park Rangers 0, Rotherham United 0, West Bromwich Albion 1, Brighton and Hove Albion 0, and Wigan Athletic 2, Blackburn Rovers 1. And the McManus says, "Hi Taib, how are you, pal?" Taib says, "I'm good, McManus. How are you?" And there's been a goal. The Hawthorns. And it's an equaliser for Brighton. And Brighton will be absolutely delighted and relieved with that. It's West Brom 1, Brighton 1. Let's see who got the goal. It's come from Moda, who scored in the 81st minute for Brighton. So that game could be heading to extra time. And if they can't find a winner in extra time, it will go to penalties. So big drama there. So Jakob Mulder looks like he might have salvaged a draw for Brighton up at West Bromwich Albion. Up at Wigan, it's Wigan 2, Blackburn 1. Callum Lang has a chance to give Wigan some breathing space and a 2-goal cushion, but can only shoot over the top when well placed. And Newcastle 0, Cambridge 1. Newcastle just cannot find a route through this Cambridge defence. Cambridge look like they're doing a really great rear guard action, and there's been another goal. And it's Kidderminster 2, Reading 1. Let's see if we can see who scored that one and what's happened. The BBC say it's incredible. And it's really hotting up now. 82 minutes gone in that game. And Morgan Smith has put Kidderminster Harriers 2-1 up at home to Reading. And Hemmings got the assist for that goal. And it's, like I say, it's Kidderminster Harriers 2, Reading 1. And it looks like there may have been some incidents at the New Den this lunchtime. Millwall have put out a statement in response to unsavoury scenes during their lunchtime defeat to Crystal Palace. A section of the home crowd discernibly booed Palace players taking the knee and supported the Black Lives movement before kick-off. There were also audible homophobic chants directed at Palace's online Chelsea attacker, Conor Gallagher, while a bottle was thrown from the stands, struck Olise as he prepared to take a corner. Millwall Football Club has a zero-tolerance policy against all forms of discrimination and will investigate any incident of alleged abuse accordingly, said the club. As is club policy, any individual found guilty of discriminatory abuse is issued with an immediate lifetime ban. Well, let's see what happens. I hope that happens. And there's been another goal at the King Power. It's Leicester City 4, Watford 1. And that's game over. It has to be game over, surely. Mark Albrighton gets the fourth for Leicester. And Ty says it's raining. Is it raining down your ends? It certainly is, mate. It's absolutely tipping it down. And McManus says, "I'm good, Ty, mate. Finally home, and now I can put my feet up and chill and watch Jeff Stelling." Warren. Love it, mate. Love it. Thank you, McManus. McManus, Taib says, McManus laugh out loud. And all joking aside, love the score roundup. Thank you, McManus. That was the idea, mate, when I come up with this thing. McManus, yep. Good game so far. And I think there's been another goal. And look at that. Look at that. There's been another goal. It's Barnsley 2, Barrow 2. What an amazing comeback. Barnsley were 2-0 up at one point, and now it's 2-2. And Barrow have had a down to 10 men as well. That is dramatic. And it looks like there's been another goal. And it's Boreham 2, AFC Wimbledon 0. From Adrian Clifton. I'm sorry, my dear mate Elks. It looks like it's all over for AFC Wimbledon now. Sorry to say, me old buddy. So Wimbledon 2-0 down now against Boreham Wood. There you go. And there's a Plymouth Argyle lineup for their match later today. They've played a 5-3-2 formation. And then Birmingham's lineup as well. Birmingham City are playing Plymouth. That game kicks off at 5:30 this evening at St Andrews. Come on, the Argyle. I was born in Plymouth. So I've got a strong affinity with them. And there's a penalty at Brentford. So let's see what happens there. Cambridge is still holding on. 2 minutes to go, and there's a goal. And it's Wigan 2, Blackburn Rovers 2, and Port Vale 1, Brentford 4. And surely now Brentford are safe. And there's about 2 or 3 minutes left in these games. Daniel Ayala has scored for Blackburn to bring the game to 2-2. And the 4th goal for Brentford has been scored by Brian Mbeumo. Brian Mbeumo has now scored a 21-minute hat-trick, and Brentford are heading into the 4th round for a 4th consecutive season. So there you go. So Brentford, Brian Mbeumo converted that penalty. So 2 or 3 minutes left to go. And let's have a look at the scores just as we enter the last couple of minutes before the added time comes. And it's Barnsley 3, Barrow 2. My goodness, what this has to be the most dramatic match day live we've had so far this season. It's Barnsley 3, Barrow 2. What a drama. Let's see what happened there. 84 minutes gone in that game, and Cole scores it for Barnsley in the 83rd minute to put them 3-2 up. Is that the end of the goal scoring? The big question there. We'll see, but what drama. Barnsley are back in front, and it's a lovely goal from Devante Cole, who curls an effort into the top corner at Oakwell. You have to feel for Barrow, though. Yeah, they were 2-0 down, and then they got it. They were down to 10 men. They pulled the game back to 2-2, and then Barnsley delivered a knockout punch to make it 3-2. So let's see if there's any more drama there. And Newcastle 0, Cambridge 1 still. Dimitar Mitov collects Ryan Fraser's cross. Newcastle really struggling to create anything late on here, and with just minutes to go. And it's West Brom 1, Brighton 1. Another big Brighton chance goes and begging. Alexis McAllister drills in one from the edge of the box, and David Button has to dive to push it away. Leicester 4, Watford 1. It's done at the King Power, but Watford are looking to finish on a high. Yannick Vestergaard mops up at the back, but Leicester will need to defend the corner. And you have to say it's looking very, very precarious now for Watford. Oh my God, it's even more drama now at Barnsley. It's Barnsley 3, Barrow 3, and yet another goal. My word, what drama. The drama just does not stop on Warren's Team Talk, that's for sure. 88 minutes gone. And is there another goal? I can't believe this. This is incredible. Barrow brought it back to 3-3 with a goal from Jones in the 86th minute. But they're saying it's Barnsley, and it is. Morris then goes and gets another one for this is incredible. Barnsley 4, Barrow 3, and we've had 1, 2, 3, 4. We've had 4 goals in the space of 10 minutes. That is incredible. So it's Barnsley 4, Barrow 3, 2 minutes to go left to play in this FA Cup tie. And what drama. And as I was saying just now, it's looking quite precarious for Watford. I know it's an FA Cup tie today, but they're leaking goals all over the place. So the scores so far, with a couple of minutes left to play in each of these games, it's Barnsley 4, Barrow 3, Boreham 2, AFC Wimbledon 0, Kidderminster Harriers 2, Reading 1, Leicester 4, Watford 1, Newcastle United 0, Cambridge 1, Peterborough United 2, Bristol Rovers 1, Queen's Park Rangers 0, Rotherham 0, West Bromwich Albion 1, Brighton 1. And the West Brom-Brighton game has gone into extra time. There's QPR Rotherham game is in the 4th minute of added time, and it's Wigan 2, Blackburn 2. And the game at Port Vale was ended. It's ended Port Vale 1, Brentford 4, and Port Vale have made it. Port Vale unfortunately miss out, and Brentford go forward to the FA Cup 4th round. So commiserations to Port Vale and congratulations to Brentford. And I think there's been another goal. No, I was mistaken. No, there's been another goal. You're not going to believe this. It's Barnsley 4, Barrow 4. What drama. I just can't believe that game. Barrow pulled it back to 4-4. How that is so mad. Of all the mad things, that has to be the maddest. Barrow have pulled it back to 4-4. What a game we have on our hands here. The 4th goal scored by Kay in the 90th minute. They're now into added time. Is someone going to get the winner in added time? Or is this going to go to extra time and there's going to be even more drama? Let's go to the chats. Gotta love the FA Cup, says McManus Sense. Taib, always good to watch. I enjoyed the Man City v Swindon yesterday. Although Swindon lost, they played well. Yeah, that's right, McManus. They did, mate. I think taking the knee should end, said Taib. Taib says, I agree, McManus. And McManus says, Taib, I couldn't agree more. McManus, you got Instagram, bro, says Taib. The McManus sense it's had its day, I think, Taib. I don't agree with racism in any way, shape, or form. But this, I feel, is getting a bit much with the taking the knee, but that's just my opinion. My concern about it is that it's not having the impact anymore because it's just seen as I think a lot of people just see it as something that players do, and they're not really, because it's been going on for so long now, for quite a while now, that the people aren't really thinking about why they're doing it anymore, which worries me and saddens me. Because as McManus Sense says, I'm completely opposed to racism and discrimination in whatever shape or form it takes. Exactly, McManus says Taib. And Taib says, well, you should become a commentator, laugh out loud. I don't know about that, mate. I tell you, you should become a commentator. It's Terry from the Claude and the Bansta show. His commentaries are top notch. He's superb at it. Warren would boss it as a commentator, says the McManus Sense. Thank you very much, guys. I'm not sure about that, but still, never mind. Right. And Taib says, here we go. If a black bug bleeds black blood, what colour blood does a blue bug bleed? Well, blue, presumably. I don't know, Ty. What do you reckon? So let's get back to the matches and see what's going on. Right, so it's full time at Peterborough. It's ended. Peterborough 2, Bristol Rovers 1. Congratulations to Peterborough, make it through to the fourth round, and commiserations to Bristol Rovers. Barnsley 4, Barrow 4. The BBC report, we've had 4 goals in the final 7 minutes. Surely there's not time for another. It finished Leicester City 4, Watford 1. So congratulations to Leicester and commiserations to Watford. And it's finished Wigan Athletic 3, Blackburn Rovers 2. So congratulations to Wigan on their victory and getting through to the FA Cup fourth round, and commiserations to Blackburn Rovers. So let's get an update then. So it's Barnsley 4, Barrow 4, Boreham 2, AFC Wimbledon 0, Kidderminster Harriers 2, Reading 1. Congratulations then goes to Boreham and commiserations to AFC Wimbledon. Leicester 4, Watford 1, as we heard. And the big shock of the day, Newcastle United 0, Cambridge United 1. Congratulations to Cambridge and pulling off that shock. And commiserations to Newcastle. Newcastle United 0, Cambridge 1. And it ended Peterborough 2, Bristol Rovers 1, as we already know. And it's Port Vale 1, Brentford 4, as we know. And they're playing extra time between Queen's Park Rangers and Rotherham United. And it's extra time being played. And they're in the 93rd minute there. And it's West Brom 1, Brighton 1. And it's 93rd minute of extra time there. And it ended Wigan 3, Blackburn Rovers 2. Congratulations go out to Wigan and commiserations to Blackburn Rovers and Kidderminster Harriers. There's 4 games still being played. Barnsley and Barrow are in extra time. Kidderminster Harriers and Reading. And there's 13 minutes of added time being played there so far. God knows what's happened there. Queen's Park Rangers 0, Rotherham 0, and that's in extra time. And West Brom 1, Brighton 1, and that's in extra time. And Taib says, if 2 witches were watching 2 watches, which witch would watch which watch? Taib, I have no idea, mate. I'm gonna start calling you the Riddler, mate. You took more riddles than Mikel Arteta. Only joking, buddy. How much wood would a chuck? How much wood would a woodchuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood? Says the McManus sense. You two, mate. Honestly. McManus Warren's going to get a headache reading all that laugh out loud. Mate, what do you think of the white kits we'll be wearing tomorrow against Forest? Says the McManus sense. Mate, I love it. I absolutely love it. And I'm really proud of Arsenal for doing it. I did a little short video about it earlier. The only thing I'd say is I wish they were selling it and that all the proceeds from the sale of those kits, shirts, whatever, would go, they donate it to community projects working with disadvantaged people or kids who are in danger of falling foul of the law, because I think it's fantastic. And I think if they were to do that, that these community projects would benefit hugely and be able to do really fantastic work. And the McManus sense puts in laughing emojis to Taib. Taib says, well done, McManus, laugh out loud. And then McManus sense says, I really like them. Yeah, and I'm telling you, I haven't bought anything from Arsenal for years and years and years. But if they put it on sale, I will buy one. Absolutely no question. So let's go back and see what's going on with the football. There's a very real danger we may have a penalty shootout a bit later. Right. So, guys, it's still Barnsley 4, Barrow 4. The extra time there's just started. It's Queen's Park Rangers 0, Rotherham 0, and they're in extra time, and they're sort of halfway through the first period of extra time, it looks, because they're in the 98th minute. The same at West Bromwich Albion, and Brighton have taken the lead. There's been a goal at the Hawthorns. They've taken the lead. Neil Malpai scores in the 98th minute for Brighton to put them 2-1 up in this FA Cup third round tie away at West Brom. And Modder does the assist for Brighton. So it's West Bromwich Albion 1, Brighton and Hove Albion 2. And there's been a goal in the Warren's Team Talk clash, and it's gone to the Warren's Team Talk selection. It's Queen's Park Rangers 0, Rotherham 1, and it's been scored by Ekwe. Oh my goodness. And the goal was assisted by Harding in the 98th minute. So looks like Queen's Park Rangers, sorry saga of losses in the third round FA Cup is going to continue. Rotherham 1-0 up at Loftus Road in this third round tie, and they will be absolutely delighted. The leaders of the League One are 1-0 up against the team placed fifth in the Championship. What a great result it will be for Rotherham if they're able to keep this going. So, yeah, Queen's Park Rangers 0, Rotherham 1. And Alan Hutton, former Scotland defender, talking on BBC 5 Live about Kidderminster Harriers 2-1 win over Reading, says this is what the FA Cup is all about. Special moments, and we have just witnessed one here. To put on a display like that, Kidderminster Harriers have been absolutely unbelievable. Stephen YF, some person from Twitter, I don't know who he is. 10 minutes after the full-time whistle, the Cambridge United players still basking in the acclaim of 5,000 supporters up in the gods. K Sarah on heavy rotation. So it sounds like the Cambridge fans are enjoying themselves, and fair play to them. I remember going to Cambridge years ago in an FA Cup, not FA Cup, a playoff semi-final to watch Maidstone United play in the 4th Division playoffs against Cambridge. We went up to Cambridge and went 1-0 down thanks to a dubious goal, in my opinion. There was a corner, the ball came over, and the Maidstone United defender got pushed in the back, and then he, in the process of falling over, pulled down the Cambridge United attacker, and a penalty was awarded, and they converted it. And later in the game, Maidstone United's prolific goal scorer Mark Gall, who went on to play for Brighton, equalised. And in the return the second leg, Cambridge United went on to win 2-0 at Dartford to send Cambridge United to Wembley in the final, and they actually won the playoff final. And the goals they scored that night were scored by the one and only Dion Dublin. So there you go. Substitution at the Hawthorns. Jake Livermore is replaced by Reyes Cleary, who makes his West Bromwich Albion debut. So there you go, guys. So the goal scoring is dried up at Barnsley. It's still Barnsley 4, Barrow 4, and they're in the 6th minute of extra time there. And still Queen's Park Rangers 0, Rotherham 1, and they're in the 14th minute of the first period of extra time. So it's looking good for Rotherham. And then it's West Bromwich Albion 1, Brighton have Albion 2, and the 12th minute of extra time there. So all in all, great drama here. One tie looking like it may be going to a penalty shootout, which is that Barnsley-Barrow game. And some more chats in the chat there. The McManus says, I haven't bought any merch since last season when I bought the 3rd shirt. But if that went on general sale and the money was going to the charity, then I'd definitely buy one. Exactly, mate. That's how I feel about it as well. And I really wish they would do it. I think I might send an email to Arsenal later tonight telling them my thoughts about it. I really think they should do it because they'd make a whole bundle of money which could really help those community projects. I really believe that. And Stephen Dunn says, well done. Hi, Stephen. Thanks for coming in the chat. I don't think I've seen you before in my chat, so welcome to you, my friend. I hope you're enjoying the show. And thanks for your kind comment. I really appreciate that. Anyway, let's get back to these matches. So it's still Barnsley 4, Barrow 4, Queen's Park Rangers 0, Rotherham 1, and West Bromwich Albion 1, Brighton 2. And Brighton 1, Brighton 2. BBC are saying Brighton could add a few now. Jacob Moder has been a real threat since coming on. He has Evan Ferguson in support, but goes for glory and shanks it. We can forgive him for that because he does have a goal and an assist. A few texts come to the BBC there. Lifelong Newcastle fan and need to get Howe out now before he ruins the club. This is the final straw, which will be clear. He can't handle big club and it's obvious. Let's have Shearer to end the season. Jesus, it's a bit harsh. He's only just got there. Fair play, Cambridge. Now a sole focus on Premier League survival. Kieran Trippier must feel he's walked into a nightmare here. I mean, he's come from winning La Liga with Atletico Madrid to a rich, seriously struggling Newcastle side that's just been knocked out of the FA Cup at the 3rd round stage by a team in League Two. That's some move that he's made. I didn't realise that Cambridge were in League Two. Wow. That really does put it in perspective, doesn't it? West Brom 1, Brighton 2. Brighton could add a few now. Yeah, we've read that. Half time and extra time. It's West Brom 1, Brighton 2. Time running out for 10-man West Brom. Apparently there's great scenes in the Kidderminster Harriers dressing room. Dancing, singing and just pure joy. Bus Russell Penn comes in and tells them how proud he is of all of them and tells them enjoy tonight, but back to work tomorrow. Well, are they going to enjoy tonight, are they? If they know they've got to go in tomorrow morning for training, they're going to be no fit state to do anything if they go out on the razzle tonight. Then they all head back out onto the pitch to celebrate in front of the fans and do a lap of honour. No one is leaving the ground anytime soon. And half-time at extra time at Loftus Road. And it's QPR 0, Rotherham 1. Just 15 minutes left for Championship side QPR to find an equaliser against Rotherham following Michael Ikueke's 98th minute strike. And some comments on the Newcastle-Cambridge result. Cambridge goalkeeper Dimitar Mitov says it's unbelievable what we just did today. We always knew we had nothing to lose. We need to be the best version of ourselves, and that's what we did today. We always had that belief. Look at how many supporters have come. We sold out. What way to start the year. This is not quite down to me. If we don't score, we don't win the game. But on a personal note, I'm really happy. I'm really happy. God's sake, stop doing that, BBC. This is why we play football. To play against the big boys, to play against the Premier League teams. I love being a goalkeeper. I love diving around for a living. I'm lost for words. That was something I will never forget. In the first half, the save from Jacob Murphy, when I tipped it onto the bar and even the Newcastle fans clapped me. On goal scorer Joe Ironside, we live together. There is no nicer person on the planet to score here. It's always a really good moment for me and him. I'm so happy he deserves it. I am a Man United supporter, so I want Man United away, he says. So the second half of extra time is kicked off at Loftus Road. Rotherham 1-0 up against QPR. Away we go again in extra time. Can the League One leaders see this out? And the second half is kicked off. West Brom 1, Brighton 2. Second half of extra time underway at the Hawthorns 2. And Dan Evans is in the chat. He says, hello, Warren. Hello, mate. How you doing? Good to see you. Thanks for coming in. We've had a lot of drama here today, mate. Really has been really dramatic. Got to rush off watching some ice hockey. But just to make sure, did you receive my match predictions via email? I think I did. Let me just double check, mate. Yep, I've got some match predictions from you in the email. So thanks for sending those in, mate. The next one I'll be doing will be for this weekend's coming Premier League games. I won't be doing one for during the week just because I ain't going to have time to get it up and sorted out. But yeah, the next one's going to be in for the games that start on Friday this week. So thanks very much for sending those in, mate. I really appreciate that. And there's been a goal. There's been another goal, and you ain't going to be able to believe. There's been another goal, and it's come at Barnsley. It's now Barnsley 5, Barrow 4. Barnsley back in front in extra time. What drama. This is incredible. This is going to go down in history, this game. I'm absolutely sure about that. What a match. It's incredible. You couldn't write a script for that. Perfect. Be prepared to be beaten again. The laughing, smiling emoji, says Dan. We'll see, Dan. We'll see, mate. But go and enjoy the ice hockey, man. And thanks for popping in. Yeah, so let's see if we can see who got that 5th goal for Barnsley. So the 5th goal for Barnsley has come from Morris and the 102nd minute. So it's now Barnsley 5, Barrow 4. What drama we have here. You couldn't make this up. You really couldn't. Barrow 5, Barnsley 5, Barrow 4. And it's still Queen's Park Rangers 0, Rotherham 1 in the 109th minute of extra time. So they've got 11 minutes left to play at Loftus Road. And then West Brom 1, Brighton 2, 9 minutes to go of extra time. And time is running out for 10-man West Brom against Brighton and Hove Albion. So the drama just continues. Yeah, so the BBC just confirming that Barnsley's 5th goal was scored by Colton Morris. Barnsley are back in front in extra time. Remy Vita's shot deflects into the path of Colton Morris, and he scores the host's 5th at Oakwell. What drama. Honestly, this has to go down as one of the greatest FA Cup ties of all time, in my opinion. What drama. QPR 0, Rotherham 1. Lyndon Dykes looks like he's got himself on the pitch. Has a shot blocked as QPR seek a late equaliser. Time is ticking away though, and Rotherham Wes Harding is booked for time wasting. As if he's not the first one to do a bit of time wasting. Jesus. It's a bit harsh, isn't it, really? A lot of reaction about that Cambridge United win at Newcastle, and the League's 2 side winning at Premiership Newcastle. What a great result for the Cambridge team. Really is. West Brom 1, Brighton 2, all Brighton still. Alexis McAllister's effort is on target but comfortable for the keeper. Solly March then tries to get a shot off, but it's blocked. So, in the 3 games that have gone to extra time, in the 105th minute of extra time, it's Barnsley 5, Barrow 4. And then now, I would imagine now into the second half of extra time there. It's Queen's Park Rangers 0, Rotherham 1. Just 7 minutes left for the League One leaders to hang on and get a historic victory at Loftus Road. And then it's West Brom 1, Brighton 2. The Seagulls, 5 minutes left for them to hold on at the Hawthorns and get themselves into the fourth round. And the drama, I can feel the tension. I really can. It's getting really, really dramatic. What drama here. And the 5:30 games will be kicking off soon as well. This is absolute madness. And BBC is saying Barnsley 5, Barrow 4, 15 minutes of this chaotic tie to go. I thought Barrow out of it at 2-0 down, and having had a player sent off, cue them scoring 4 goals. It just happens. Barnsley have netted 5. Honestly, my hat goes off to Barrow. 2-0 down, player sent off. They pull it back to 2-2, and then all hell lets loose. And it ends up going 4-4 at the end of 90 minutes. And now we're into extra time and Barnsley take the lead. What a big, massive effort from Barrow. And more power to their elbow. That's all I can say. Yeah, Dion Dublin, mate. I remember you knocking Maidstone United out of the 4th Division playoffs, mate, years ago. Git. Fair play to him. He played really well that night, in all fairness to him, and he took his goals really well. So 11 minutes to go in the Barnsley-Barrow game, and it's still Barnsley 5, Barrow 4. And there's been another goal. Oh, my word. And the R's have pulled one back. The R's, the mighty R's, as they're known, have pulled one back. And it's been scored by Scotland international Lyndon Dykes. And it's now QPR 1, Rotherham United 1. And the goal was assisted by Adamar. And they scored 5 minutes before the end. What heartbreak for Rotherham. So it looks like this game may be going to a penalty shootout. And it looks like the BBC are reporting late drama. Lyndon Dykes equalised for QPR in the final minute of extra time to save the host. And it looks like we're heading to a penalty shootout. And the Warren's Team Talk selection looks like they may be heading to a penalty shootout here. And it's West Brom 1, Brighton 2 in the final minute of extra time at the Hawthorns. And looks like Brighton possibly have just done enough to edge themselves into the 4th round in extra time. Some of the 5:30 games are kicking off as well. Birmingham 0, Plymouth 0, Swansea 0, Southampton 0, Hull City 0, Everton 0. Right. So, Barnsley 5, Barrow 4. The Barrow fans are still making plenty of noises, but the players look almost out on their feet. They've been a man down now since the 38th minute. Wow. That's incredible. And to think that they were 2-0 down as well, and they came back and took Barnsley to a 4-4 draw at the end of extra time. And it's been another goal. And it's Hull City 1, Everton 0. Oh. Hull City 1, Everton 0. What a start for Hull City. An absolute disaster for Everton. And you have to feel for the Everton fans, especially for our good friend James Dunlop. God knows how he's feeling and what he's thinking about that. So they're in the added time at the end of extra time. And it's Queen's Park Rangers 1, Rotherham United 1. And in the last minute of extra time, it's West Bromwich Albion 1, Brighton and Hove Albion 2. And still saying there's 7 minutes to go in extra time in the Barnsley Barrow game. And it's still Barnsley 5, Barrow 2. And it's ended West Brom 1, Brighton and Hove Albion 2. So congratulations to Brighton. They've managed to hold on and get themselves into the fourth round. But commiserations from Warren's team talk goes to West Bromwich Albion. Unfortunately, the FA Cup ended at the first hurdle for them this year. They lost in the third round after extra time at home to Brighton and Hove Albion. So now the Queen's Park Rangers and Rotherham game is going to penalties. So let's go and watch this penalty. Well, not watch, but follow the commentary for the penalty shootout. Oh dear, what drama. So the extra time went to 2 minutes of added time and it ended Queen's Park Rangers 1, Rotherham 1. Lyndon Dykes equalised in the 10th minute of the second half of extra time. And Hiweki scored in the 8th minute of extra time to put Rotherham 1-0 up. So just waiting for the teams to get themselves that organised for the penalty shootout. But when that starts, we'll follow that. Okay, so just to remind you of the day's results so far. It's ended Mansfield 2, Middlesbrough 3, Bristol City 0, Fulham 1, Burnley 1, Huddersfield 2, Coventry City 1, Derby County 0, Hartlepool 2, Blackpool 1, Millwall 1, Crystal Palace 2, Boreham Wood 2, AFC Wimbledon 0, Kidderminster Harriers 2, Reading 1, Leicester 4, Watford 1, Newcastle United 0, Cambridge 1, Peterborough United 2, Bristol Rovers 1, Port Vale 1, Brentford 4, West Bromwich Albion 1, Brighton and Hove Albion 2, and Wigan 3, Blackburn Rovers 2. And in the two games that haven't finished playing, it's currently Barnsley 5, Barrow 4 in extra time. And there's still about 5 minutes left to play in that one. And Queen's Park Rangers 1, Rotherham 1. The extra time has finished there, and we're just waiting for the match to go to penalties. And in the other games that kicked off at 5:30, there's only been one goal so far, and that was at Hull City, and it's ended Hull City 1, Everton 0. And let's see if I can get this QPR Rotherham game up. Right, here we go. All right, so here we go. The penalty shootout has started, and it's QPR 1, Rotherham 0. Rotherham are stepping forward to take their penalty, and he scores. So it's QPR 1, Rotherham 1 on penalties. Okay, so QPR stepping up to take their penalty. He's standing at one apiece. Both teams have scored, and he scores. QPR player has scored, and it's now QPR 2, Rotherham 1. Quite a confident penalty there. Sends to the keeper the wrong way. It's now Rotherham's turn. Rotherham player puts the ball down on the spot, and he steps forward, and he buries it in the right-hand side of the goal, on the left-hand side of the goal, and the QPR keeper moves the right direction, but he's not able to stop it going into the net. Good penalty there from the Rotherham player. So it's QPR 2, Rotherham 2. QPR player now gets the ball and puts it down on the spot. QPR player takes a couple of steps back, and he sends the keeper the wrong way and puts it into the right-hand side of the QPR of the Rotherham goal. So it's now Rotherham's turn. It's QPR 3, Rotherham 2, and 100% success rate so far in the shootout. What's that doing? So here we go. Rotherham player puts the ball forward. The keeper just telling the keeper to stay on his line. And he saved it. The QPR goalkeeper has saved the penalty. Advantage QPR. And the Rotherham player put the ball into the goalkeeper's right-hand side. The goalkeeper dived down low and pushed the ball around the post. I think the ball was going wider, really, to be honest, but he's obviously very upset. And it's QPR 3, Rotherham 2. And like I say, QPR have the advantage. QPR player now has the chance to make it 4-2. And he's missed it. QPR player has missed it as well. So it's still 3-2. So that gives Rotherham some hope. The QPR player tried to place the ball to the Rotherham keeper's right-hand side. Poor penalty, really. And the keeper made a comfortable save. And the QPR keeper's having plenty of chops. Arrogant prick. And the Rotherham player puts the ball down and says, "Shut up, mate, and just get on with your job." Rotherham player puts the ball on the spot and he comfortably dispatches it into the left-hand side. So it's 3-3 on penalties. Both sides have missed one each. And they're on to their final penalties before it goes to sudden death shootout. So here we go. QPR with their last penalty of the regulation 5. He steps forward. Only nearly misses, but it hits the crossbar and goes into the net. So it's QPR 4, Rotherham 3. And Rotherham have to score this penalty or QPR will be into the 4th round. So the Rotherham player steps forward, puts his ball on the spot, and just waiting for him to take the spot kick. He steps forward and he scores comfortably. He put the ball to the keeper's right-hand side. The keeper dived the wrong way. And it's QPR 4, Rotherham 4. And now we're into sudden death penalty shootout stage. And whoever misses now can end up... It could end up with their side being knocked out. So it's drama racked up to 100. And QPR player steps forward and he puts it away into the bottom right-hand corner of the goal. And it's QPR 5, Rotherham 4. The Rotherham player now steps forward. Rotherham players putting the ball on the spot. And here we go. He looks confident enough. And he dispatches it to the bottom left-hand corner and sends the keeper the wrong way. So it's 5-5 now. So here we go. The QPR forward player steps forward and he dispatches it into the top right corner of the goal. And it's QPR 6, Rotherham 5. And Barnsley beat Barrow 5-4 after extra time to confirm their place in the 4th round. Congratulations to Barnsley and commiserations to Barrow. So the Rotherham players putting the ball on the spot. and he needs to score this. He steps forward, easily dispatches it into the right-hand side of the goal. Cooper dives the wrong way. So it's 6-6 now in the penalty shootout. What drama here. So the QPR player puts the ball on the spot and he steps forward and he scores into the right-hand side of the goal, into the middle of the net but the right-hand side, the left-hand side. The keeper dives the right way, but just not able to get a hand to it. And both sides have only missed one penalty. This is impressive. QPR 7, Rotherham 6 on penalties. And the Rotherham player steps forward and he easily dispatches it into the left-hand side. So it's 7-7 now on penalties. They've both taken 8 penalties each. And of course, whoever wins this game will be carrying the Warren's Team Talk banner into the 4th round. So a lot at stake here. QPR player steps forward and buries it into the bottom left-hand corner of the net to make it QPR 8, Rotherham 7. And the tension on the faces of the crowd, you can feel it coming out. I can feel it coming out of the screen at me. And Rotherham player steps forward. He's put the ball down on the spot. He steps forward and he misses. And he goes to celebrate. The QPR players celebrating with their goalkeeper. Sadly for Rotherham, that's the end of the road for them this season. But QPR make it through to the 4th round and their miserable run of defeats in the 3rd round is over. They win, I think, 8-7 on penalties, I believe. But the goalkeeper has injured himself. Oh, we don't want to see that. We really don't. Yeah, he's still laying on the ground injured and he's holding his finger up, waving his finger. The rest of the pitch has been cleared. So Rotherham win this penalty shootout. I think it ended in the end QPR 8, Rotherham 7 in the penalty shootout. But anyway, Rotherham, brave effort at Loftus Road comes to an end. And there's confirmation now. QPR won 8-7 on penalties. And well done to Rotherham. Brave effort, but just unfortunately just couldn't go that final step and get themselves through to the 4th round. Commiserations to Rotherham. Congratulations to QPR. QPR are now the Warren's Team Talk selection, moving forward to the FA Cup 4th round. So let's see what happens there then. So there we go, guys. I'm just going to read out the final score from all these games that are kicked off at 3 o'clock. And then I'm afraid I'm going to have to end it there because I've been streaming for seems like all day. So let's go back and see the final scores. I'll read out the final scores. FA Cup third round, all the results so far. It's Mansfield 2, Middlesbrough 3, Bristol City 0, Fulham 1, Burnley 1, Huddersfield Town 2, Coventry City 1, Derby County 0, Hartlepool 2, Blackpool 1, Millwall 1, Crystal Palace 2, Barnsley 5, Barrow 4, Boreham 2, AFC Wimbledon 0, Kidderminster Harriers 2, Reading 1, Leicester City 4, Watford 1, Newcastle United 0, Cambridge United 1, Peterborough 2, Bristol Rovers 1, Port Vale 1, Brentford 4, and Queen's Park Rangers 1, Rotherham 1. QPR won that game 8-7 on penalties. West Bromwich Albion 1, Brighton and Hove Albion 2, and Wigan 3, Blackburn Rovers 2. The games that kicked off at 5:30, just to update you, is Birmingham City 0, Plymouth 0 after 20 minutes played there. Chelsea 3, Chesterfield 0 after 20 minutes. Hull City 1, Everton 1, and Swansea 0, Southampton 1, and Yeovil Town 0, AFC Bournemouth 0. So in the Chelsea game, Timo Werner scored in the 6th minute, Hudson-Odoi scored in the 18th minute, and Romelu Lukaku scored in the 20th minute, and Pulisic and Hall got assists, and then Hull City 1, Everton 1. Smith scored in the 1st minute for Hull, and then Damari Gray equalised in the 21st minute, and then Honeyman got the assist for Hull, and Gordon got the assist for Everton, and then finally the Swansea and Southampton game. Redmond scored in the 8th minute for Southampton, and that goal was assisted by Teller. So, yeah, there you go. That's it. They're up to date with all the scores from the FA Cup third round, and what a day's entertainment it's been. Absolutely fantastic. Some great results. For me, massive shock at Turf Moor. Burnley losing 2-1 at home to Huddersfield. Also, big shout out to Barnsley and Barrow. Barrow were 2-0 down and man sent off, and it was looking like Barnsley were going to cruise through to the 4th round, but they managed to pull the game back to 4-4 at the end of 90 minutes, and then Crawley lost the game in extra time. Great win for Kidderminster Harriers, beating Reading by 2-1. And then the massive shock of the day has to be Newcastle losing at home. The Premiership strugglers losing at home 1-0 against League One Cambridge United. So what a day. What a day. So there you go, folks. And the Warren's Team Talk banner is now being held proudly aloft by Queen's Park Rangers. They're going to be the selection moving forward. I will be doing a review of the Queen's Park Rangers Rotherham game, and also an update about the 4th round draw when it happens. I'm not sure when it's going to happen yet, but when it does, I will do something about that. Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed the entertainment this afternoon. Please don't forget to put a like on the video. Please don't forget to share the content around. Please don't forget to subscribe to my channel and click on the notification bell to make sure you don't miss out on any uploads when I make them. Please remember to keep talking to each other. Please remember to stay safe. Enjoy the rest of your day, and thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. A big shout out to Dan Evans, Stephen Dunn, Taib Hussain, the McManus Sense, anyone else? I think that's it. And yet to Arsenal Alex. So yeah, thanks very much to everyone who's tuned in today and came into the chat. And a big thank you to everyone who's going to be watching this on playback. It's a great day's entertainment. I thoroughly enjoyed it, and it just proved what a great tournament this FA Cup is. And all this talk about abandoning FA Cup replays and whatnot, not a chance, not on my Nelly. Can they ever do that? That would be a bad day for the FA Cup. So that's it, guys. I'm going to wrap this up now. I really hope you enjoyed the show. And like I say, thanks for watching and take care. Enjoy the rest of your day. And thanks very much for watching. And take care, everyone. And I look forward to seeing you all again soon.